3 years, but you weren't here last year.
Right.
Last year you were missing for a year. You were missing in action.
Missing in action. Yeah, I actually went away last year to study.
And now you're back in.
Now I'm back in, yeah. And I have a master's degree now.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Christmas for Kids. There may be a few people who aren't familiar with the campaign. What's the purpose of it? What's the focus of it?
The focus of it is to provide Christmas and Christmas gifts, Christmas food baskets for families that may otherwise not have Christmas that we know. We have a lot of families in our community. Usually we target probably close to 200, maybe more families. At this time of year, everybody is very generous, but it would be nice for people to continue to recognize that these families do 12 months throughout the year continue with this giving spirit. This is a big job. This is me. A couple of good Samaritans that I just dragged along, me lugging another. I think what I'd like to do is continue doing something throughout the year. It's not necessarily a food basket project. It's not necessarily gifts. There is an Easter break in April during the Easter holidays that the children basically have nothing to do. That's an opportunity to do more things with the families. There is back to school. There's summertime.
A group of Cayman children took a big bite out of the Big Apple.
I mostly like the big buildings because you don't see a lot of this in Cayman.
This was no ordinary trip. For most of these kids, it was their first time off the island. They left behind the trailer homes they live in.
It was nice, and for me, it was like someone actually cared about us. Like, sometimes people don't come in to check how you do and like check if you're alright, if you're alive or dead. But this, we can see that people actually care about us. We're not nobodies.
Because they live in the trailers doesn't mean that they shouldn't get a chance to go away, to see something, to go to a musical, to be in New York for 5 days. I mean, just that alone is a break from their situation. So yeah, they go back to the trailers, but they go back to the trailers with something different in their brain and their minds that they didn't have before. And that is an opportunity for other things other than what I see every day when I step out of my trailer. So to walk the streets of Manhattan and have the opportunity to be in a different world, to see museums, to see a play, to eat different food, to see thousands of people on the street, Cayman is just one little dot in the reality of our lives. There is so much more out there. Government did not fund any of this. Basically, this was done from people's generosity. We were doing fundraising events. We solicited donations. The children walked around with donation papers. People donated $1 to $50. But mostly these children and I and the rest of the staff walked around with papers soliciting donations. That's how this trip was paid for.
Doing the different parties, doing the different community projects that we've done, we've helped over 400. We're looking to do so much more this year because the public's really receptive of it. For the Women's Retreat that we touched on the last time I was here, the Me in My Life Women's Retreat about self-awareness and motivation and self-esteem, a 4-week retreat for women. I think when I came back from school last year, and clients that were presenting with the same problems, the same story, look at the client's history, and what we had seen was it was the same situation. We sat down, we said, let's come up with something, let's do something, and we identified particular clients that seemed more inclined to just change their lifestyle, but for the opportunity, but for the resources. And this is what we came up with STARS, and STARS is support towards autonomy, retraining, and self-sufficiency. STARS has to do with retraining. So it's about vocational, it's about academic, it's about educational, and it's about maintaining their self-sufficiency. But we would support them, carry them during this time. These people will continue to present with needs. However, if they're interested in a course, we're supporting them through something at the end of that year, then that's done. This person can maintain themselves. And that's really what most of them want, these STARS people that we've seen. That's mainly what they want. I'm a single parent. The difference sometimes that I see between me and my client Maybe the lack of opportunity, the lack of support.
Sense that we give you educational opportunities to better yourself. Do not accept handouts as a way of life. Do not allow people to bring you something at Christmas and you think that that is love. Okay? That is not love. Love is giving you the opportunity to school your children. It is giving your children the best schooling. It is giving them tutoring when they are struggling. It is making sure they graduate with enough passes to go on to college if they want. It is giving them opportunity to have skills. It is giving them opportunity to help you in the long run. That is what love is. That is what a true government that cares about you does.
I believe that as a community, we will build strength from each other. But we cannot do it by ourselves. We have to do it together.
It is time for us to work and make sure our children are successful. Children graduating high school not knowing how to read or write is absolutely outrageous. And I'm not telling you what I've heard, I'm telling you what I know. Because I work with these students for the last 3 years. I have worked for free at the high schools. I have worked for free at the primary schools, and these children cannot read and write. And they're graduating them from high school. Now you tell me what kind of life they're preparing them for. Tell me please. 10 years ago, my first child graduated high school. And at that graduation, the announcement, the principal's report said only 25% of this graduating class is at the literacy level in this country. Now imagine, 75% were not. 10 years ago. My son is 28 years old. Those 75%, I wonder where they are right now. Not being at the literacy level. Don't you think that's a disgrace? Time for us to take responsibility. As a community, they don't have a right to tell you what to do. They don't have a right to tell you who to vote for. The power is in your hands. Your future is in your hands. This election is about you. You need to choose wisely. Choose the best and choose the brightest. And don't let anybody take that power from you.
I've had my constituents say, if you give up, Miss Catherine, you give up on us. So now I'm telling you, Cameron, get up, wake up, and tomorrow take the power back. Georgetown South, remember who the clear choice is. That's Catherine Tyson.